Hello and welcome to Winter Longsword Training Episode 3. The main focus of this video is going to be going over some fundamentals that I learned when I took some formal classes in Hema, and I hope you all enjoy the video. Thank you. Hey, so quick editor's note. Currently working on this video. It's been a bit of a nightmare, but it's not playing super nice. Currently working on getting it fixed, so hopefully I can get that done. First up, as always, we have our footwork drills. The main focus today was our simple step and our passing step, making sure that I'm pivoting my feet when I'm doing the passing step and also keeping an engaged posture the entire time. I tend to relax sometimes, and I'm trying to iron that out. You'll notice that I pivot kind of weird in this video, at least if you're paying attention. The main reason was these shoes were basically glued to the ground, so definitely not wearing these shoes again on this surface. Lesson learned for sure. I don't know what's going on, guys. It's not working as easily as I thought. These edits are just, it's so frustrating to work with this program. Next up is this guard cycling drill that I learned from one of my private lessons that I took. We're going to start in this overhead position and then cycle from Vomtag to plow to fool's guard, long point, and then go shift to the other side. Eventually we'll work an ox and then end in that top position again. Cycle through again. The main focus here was just to naturally cycle through the guards. I believe that is the purpose of the drill, so hopefully I did this pretty well. I do think my ox definitely needs a lot of work, and just generally my cycling needs to become a little bit smoother. Hey, so quick editor's note. Currently working on this video. It's been a bit of a nightmare, but you might have noticed that it's not playing super nice. Currently working on getting it fixed, so hopefully I can get that done. Hey guys, I'm back. I don't know what's going on with this video anymore. It's getting out of hand. CapCut's just not playing nice. I don't really know what to do about it. The heck? How did you get there? Anyway. Alright, so now we have our descending cuts with squats. Really one of my favorite warm-up activities with a sword. And one of the last warm-ups here that we'll have, it's just a very simple, straight, horizontal overhead, nice and slow, controlled, and then deep into the squat as we bring the sword down and up again. And we're going to go ahead and do around 30 of these. Nice, slow. I don't know what's going on anymore, guys. I can't stop it. Something's coming, and I can't stop it. I don't know. I have to go now. All right, and finally, our last warm-up, single arm strike conditioning. Basically, we're going to take the sword in each of our hands. I like to personally position my hands in the ways that I would hold the sword two-handed, because that's where you're going to need to have the most control over the sword when you're swinging it as a two-handed weapon. But you can do it any way you want. Bring the sword all the way out to the pommel if you want a more difficult exercise or what have you. The main purpose of this exercise is to flow nice and natural through the cuts, and paying attention to our footwork, and also keeping it nice, slow, and smooth execution for the purposes of our strength conditioning. Alright guys, I think I worked it out. Everything should be back normal now for the rest of the video. So, we're good to go. Alright, and this is our first technical sword strike drill. I called this Vomtag Oberhau. I believe the stance that I'm holding here is Vomtag, and then we are doing our Oberhau cut, or our descending strike. It's one of the most basic cuts you'll learn, and basically the focus here is to thrust forward with the cut and not swing it in too much of an arcing motion. It's a bit hard to tell exactly, but essentially think of it as your jab. And my main focus for this drill was controlling the sword on the way down so that it landed in long point and I wasn't overextending. This sword is not the most balanced sword, and it's a little on the heavy side, so it was not the easiest to control for this, but that makes it a great training tool. Alright, finally we're here. Iron Butterfly. Okay, so this is one of my favorite flow drills. I'm so glad I learned this. As soon as I saw it on YouTube, I gravitated toward it immediately. And I'm honestly so glad I did, because it's taught me so much about how to manipulate your sword to get the correct angles of attack. It's honestly, if you are sleeping on this drill, I encourage you, learn it today. You can use this video to follow along, but if you want to have a technical breakdown on how to do it, I'll link a video, the main video that I used to learn it, in the description for you. But I personally love this drill. It's so much fun to do. It's so beautiful to watch, and I'm getting a lot better at it. So enjoy! All right, the Meyer Square drill. So this is another one of the ones that I learned during a Hema class that I took last week. Basically, you know the Meyer Square drill. It's your 4 basic cuts, repeated. It does take me a minute to get back into the flow of it, and honestly, my execution here, in my opinion, is pretty poor. Mostly because doing the iron butterfly before this kind of messed up my flow. But regardless, it is a great drill to practice to get used to transitioning from your cuts. We're going to do it a few cycles here, just the standard walking step. Then we're going to do it in a static position. And finally, we are going to actually execute Meyer Square from long point while holding long point the entire time. This was something that my private instructor was showing me, and I was fascinated by it, and I didn't get a chance to practice it in class because it was as the lesson was ending. So I went ahead and drilled it on my own. Since then, I actually got someone to hold a sword for me, and I practiced on someone who was also holding long point. And it's a good drill, guys. It is a fantastic drill. You'll see that a little bit later. But long point, Meyer Square, just getting used to transitioning cuts from that position, that held position, is invaluable. I know, the description's a mouthful. Basically, this here was a modified partner drill that I did on my first Hema lesson that I took. Essentially, what you're going to do is you have your sword, and you're both in long point, and you're pressing against your opponent's blade, and then once you feel them applying their pressure, you release and smack their weak so that their sword falls away and you can execute your thrust. The second drill, you smack their sword, and then they smack your sword back, causing your guard to break, and then you sidestep and immediately go into a parry and riposte. And yeah, it was just a simple drill that I wanted to practice and see if I could do it solo. Worked pretty well, and it does teach you some nice offline stepping. Alright, the final drill of the day, 4 Cuts Drill by Federico Malaguti. So sorry if I'm butchering your name, by the way. I love this drill a lot. I am not good at it. But this is the final drill I wanted to practice. The footwork here is very tricky on both sides, and the finishing maneuvers are fascinating to me. I would love to understand them better, and I want to get better at this footwork here specifically, because it is rough, guys. There's a little bit at the end, so basically you do this drill right side, and then you do this drill left side. They both have a little bit of a modification. I will link the video in the description. Please watch it. It's a fantastic resource. And then there's a final point of the drill in which you combine the 2 steps. I'm going to be honest, I forgot some of it, and so I did not do it correctly as far as I'm aware. I need to actually go back and review it. It's been a busy week, and I haven't really had time to practice a whole lot, so please forgive the poor execution. Alright, that's the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and follow for more content. as always, stay healthy. Bye bye. I can't stop it. It won't let me leave. Not until it's done. It won't leave. It won't let me leave. Not until it's done.
I can't go until it's done.